In our top story, civil society organizations unite for Richard Mdluli to remain suspended and Comrades Marathon winner praised in Limpopo. Good afternoon. Civil society organizations Corruption Watch and the Social Justice Coalition say they believe it's vital that allegations against crime intelligence boss Richard Mdluli are fully investigated. The two organizations have filed a joint application to join Freedom Under Law's court application for Richard Mdluli to remain suspended. Corruption Watch Director David Lewis says in order to combat corruption, it is essential that the law enforcement agencies are seen to be led by people of integrity. The organizations say any decisions made after the investigation should be made public. This morning, the Johannesburg Labour Court overturned an earlier court order which had lifted Mdluli's suspension. ANC National Executive Committee member and Human Settlements Minister Tokyo Sexwale has urged South Africans to speak out against corruption and abuse of power by some leaders. He's been addressing congregants at Rema Church in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. Sexwale says South Africa cannot be reduced to a country of fear and intimidation.
Do not be afraid of somebody who's in authority, because we put you in that authority. We respect those in authority, but should not be afraid of them, even to the extent of challenging other views, as Nelson Mandela has encouraged us to do, challenge views. Quite often, it is the unwillingness to speak and to speak out, to challenge, put in your argument. It is the absence of doing that that often let things go wrong.
Sexwale spent the weekend in the Eastern Cape, his second visit to the province in as many weeks. Azapo President Jacob Dikobo has called on government to include other political icons from other parties on the renaming of historical public places in the country. He's been speaking at the Azapo Central Committee meeting in Kimberley. Dikobo says the Kimberley Hospital should be renamed after the late founding PAC president Robert Sobukwe. It says the hospital was the last place Sobukwe saw.
The other renaming that Azapo is proposing is the renaming of Kimberley Hospital after the late founding president of the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, Comrade Mangaliso Robert Sobukwe. Comrade Sobukwe is one of those patients who at time found hope and comfort in being a patient of this hospital while he was confined to Kimberley by the racist regime. It must therefore carry his name.
4 young children have died in 2 separate fires on the Gauteng West Rand. The police's Captain Apple Ernst says a 22-year-old woman has been arrested after her 5-year-old daughter was burned beyond recognition when 3 shacks burned down in Seoul City in Kagiso. She has been charged with child neglect. Ernst says in Rietfontein an investigation is underway into a house fire which left 3 young children killed and their mother and sister seriously injured.
In the first incident, a mother residing in Kagiso locked her sleeping 5-year-old daughter in their shack and she went to visit a friend. She also left a burning candle in the shack. In the second incident, Randfontein SAPS attended a complaint in Kokshoort, Randfontein. They found a house burning. 2 girls aged 11 and 5 and 1 boy aged 2 burned to death in one of the bedrooms.
The community of Gamamabulo outside Bulugwane in Limpopo has praised Ludwig Mamabulo for winning the Comrades Marathon. The residents are celebrating the achievement through song and dance at the local traditional authority at Sekgopje. Mamabulo is the first South African to win the marathon since 2005. He finished in 5 hours, 31 minutes and 5 seconds. The champion's mother, Refilwe Mamabulo, says she can't believe it.
I have not even drank water since I heard the news. In the morning, I did my chores as usual and even attended our Stockfell meeting. But I was not concentrating because my heart was with him. When I returned from the meeting, I watched the marathon. I saw my child move from position 7 to 3, and then 2. I was afraid he will get tired, but I was so happy when he crossed the finishing line.
Some of the young people in the area say Mamabulo has inspired them and made the community proud.
I'm very inspired. I am proud.
Everybody now is watching Seropie. We are very proud of him, and we believe this is not the end. This is just the beginning. The great is yet to come.
He made our country and Seropie proud, and we are all rejoicing because of this thing.
The SABC television broadcast of the Comrades Marathon is continuing, being streamed live until 6 p.m. on the SABC News website and the SABC YouTube channel. Recapping the top stories, civil society organizations Corruption Watch and the Social Justice Coalition say they believe it's vital that allegations against crime intelligence boss Richard Mdluli are fully investigated.